Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing SC Palmeiras 1, Chelsea FC 2, FIFA Club World Cup 2025 quarterfinal. Chelsea wins and moves on to the semifinal versus Fluminense with a 2-1 win over Palmeiras. For most of the game, Chelsea was the better team, especially the first half. And then after the goal, they really pressed and tried to get the second to not go to extra time because they had just played at extra time against Benfica. Same as Palmeiras did. I'm sure they wanted this game over with before 120 minutes. And Chelsea got that late goal. They were the better team except for a 15-minute span of the second half. That first 15 minutes of the second half was an absolute disaster. Palmeiras was really punching for one. They were throwing counter punches, just hoping to get one. They did. But Chelsea overall, I think they looked pretty good at times. There were some players who looked very good tonight. Some players who looked more questionable tonight. And some players who had the right idea, but not the outcome of those ideas. So, with that being said, Chelsea gets the win. I'm happy about it. They move on to the semifinal on Tuesday. It will be a Tuesday semifinal. And they are one game away from being the second best team in the world no matter what. What? That's a final of the Club World Cup. They're the second best team in the world, right? I don't fault that logic. Either way, goals are scored as follows. Chalobah plays it on to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer makes a run past two defenders. Finds a way past him, takes a shot to the near post, puts it past Weverton. Beautiful goal by Cole Palmer. 16th minute, he finally scores. Breaks his yips. He gets a goal. Beautiful run by Cole Palmer. That looked like the Cole Palmer we all know and love. He looked cold there. 0-1 for Chelsea, and they get the first goal. Throughout that first half, they looked like there were some more chances where they could have scored a second. I kind of wish they did. Well, I do wish they did. Not just kinda. I wish they did. Because they had a lot of chances to get that second goal. And overall, should they have? Yeah, but they didn't. Which really bit them in the ass. But halftime, 0-1. Chelsea has the lead. Second half, 53rd minute. Estevão has the ball. Wide. He runs in. Very close. Takes a shot. Drills it off the underside of the crossbar. Bar down. Goal in. Golazo from Estevão. The future Chelsea player scores against his future employer because, of course, that's what would happen to Chelsea. Of course. He actually had a really good game, though, Estevão, I have to say. Tonight was a really good game from him. If he could play like that, I'm happy he's coming over. If he plays more like some of the other games of this tournament, like the Miami game, then we might have a problem. Either way, 53rd minute, 1-1. Estevão with a goal. 83rd minute, Malo Gusto makes a run into the box. Takes a shot across the face of goal. Runs through the hands of Weverton and into the net. Weverton turns into Vesatoskala and spills the ball. Well, he doesn't even catch it. It goes past his hands. What happened to his hands? Into the net. 83rd minute, 1-2. Malo Gusto sets it up. What a shot across the face of goal. Weverton really should have had that if he didn't turn into Vesatoskala. But, whatever. 1-2, Chelsea have the lead, and they would hold on to it for the next 11 minutes. 11 minutes, yes. 1-2, full time. Chelsea move on to the semifinal. Was it pretty? No. Was it a win? Yes, that's all that matters. Another Brazilian team up next on Tuesday? Yes. One that will never die? Yes. That might not be pretty. All things considered, it might not be pretty. With that being said, though, can't wait to see how that one turns out. Full-time stats are as follows. 7 shots to 19. 2 shots on goal to 6. 37% possession to 63% possession. 291 pass to 499. 81% pass accuracy to 87% pass accuracy. 14 fouls to 16. 3 offside to 0. 1 yellow card to 3. 0 red cards to 0. 3 corners to 10. For me, I gotta say, Palmeiras kept fighting. That first 15 minutes of the second half was their bread and butter. That was where they made me scared that this was going to turn into the Flamengo game once again. It almost did. It almost did. It almost became a disaster, which, the last couple of times I've worn this jersey, the game's been a disaster. The Legia Warsaw game, I wore this. Disaster. Djurgården, 1-0 against them. Sort of a disaster, but not completely. The Fluminense game. Disaster, right. Flamengo game. Whatever, I won't edit it. But if I did tell our future, well, if I just told our future, that's bad. Either way, I'll be wearing the other jersey for that one. So either way, the Flamengo game was a disaster, an absolute disaster. This game was about to be a disaster until freaking team pulled their pants up. Malo Gusto pulled his pants up and said, I'm going to figure this out. He looked like his old Pochettino era self. He did. Noni actually had a solid game, I would say. At least on the way he was playing. He had a lot of engine, a lot of want, a lot of desire, but not much end product. As I said during the stream, he was basically the post-Red Bull Daniel Ricciardo. The Renault, McLaren, and AlphaTauri era Daniel Ricciardo. Still had the pace, still had some moments, but just not enough end product. That's exactly it. But Noni was running tonight. He was running fast. He does really want that move to Arsenal, I guess. But, hey, if that fools him into taking it, fine by me. If we Raheem Sterling them again, that's fine by me. Either way, when it comes down to it, I look at this game. João Pedro, he looked freaking amazing tonight. He will start the next game, I would presume, considering Liam Delap, yellow card accumulation, he'll be suspended for the semifinal. So, João Pedro looking as good as he did. He had an amazing showing. No goals, but you saw the movement on him. He had a very good profile, very good offensive play, has a good nose for goal. It's going to come for him. I like what I saw from him. Good game from João Pedro. Good appearance. Good debut. Asugo, solid. Noni, solid ideas. Didn't really work out. Cole Palmer finally broke the duck. Finally broke the yips. He got a goal. Man of the match, I'll say Cole Palmer getting that goal. As well, Andre Santos, I'm glad I don't have to say his name because that's a positive. The way he played, no problems with it. I don't have to say his name. That's a good thing in this case. Robert Sanchez actually had a good game. I can't believe it. He actually had a pretty good game. I can't believe it. Cucurella, good at the back, saving our ass at the front. Not there, but sometimes it's going to run out, isn't it? For me, Neto looked pretty good. Freaking warrior he is playing today after knowing his teammate, his national teammate, died. That being Diogo Jota. Rest in peace to the legend. That still hurts. The fact that he played and also Cancelo and Neves played earlier today for Al Hilal, they're warriors. They're warriors for playing through that. Warriors. Neto played well, for sure. Enzo, I thought he was good. Caicedo, good. Overall, yeah, pretty good performance from Chelsea overall, I would say. I want to see more out of João Pedro for sure. I really do, and we probably will. We have to during the semifinal, so that's good. With that being said, overall, I'm happy with the performance. They got the win. They're moving on. Really good goal for Esteval. And that first 15 minutes of the second half was a disaster, but they bounced back very well to get the win and win before extra time. So, I'll take it. Not the best, but you knew it was never going to be easy with these Brazilian teams. At least this time they didn't shit their pants, Chelsea. Good. With that being said, very, very satisfied with this performance. They move on. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow. 11 a.m. Central, 10:55 Central. For the Bayern Munich PSG game, just live. 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern for the Real Madrid Borussia Dortmund game, live and review on Saturday. Then later that night, probably about 8 or 9, depending on the ending of the Madrid game, we will make our Gold Cup final prediction. That video will come out after. Then Sunday, we have, in the morning, the F1 British Grand Prix live in RSR. I will riff about the Grand Prix. I will talk about it and won't really write anything down. I'll just say how I felt about it. Then, later on that evening, we have the Gold Cup final, USA-Mexico. Redneck Business Casual will be worn. That'll be cool. So, there you go. With the jersey that I choose to wear that night. With that being said, Monday, we have the Club World Cup quarterfinal recap, semifinal predictions. Tuesday, Chelsea versus Fluminense, live RSR. Wednesday, semifinal 2, live RSR. And Forge Montreal Canadian Championship quarterfinal second leg, live RSR. So 2 lives, 2 reviews on Wednesday. Thursday, the Club World Cup semifinal recap. Next Friday, we have the Club World Cup final prediction. Next Saturday, we will be live for the Toronto FC versus Atlanta United match, live and review. And then Sunday the 13th, the Club World Cup final, live and RSR. So that's what we have over the next week and a bit, of course. Week and 2 days. 9 days. There you go. The run is about to be over of the fun. Let's enjoy it. And then we cool down a little bit, at least on the sports, before we ratchet it up more. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. They got the win.